Hi, this is Julie. In this video, we'll be taking a look at graphing a basic linear equation in slope-intercept form. The general form for slope-intercept is y equals mx plus b. So what do these things stand for? The b, we'll start with that, stands for the y-intercept. This is the place where the line crosses the y-axis, and if we wanted to write that down as a coordinate or a point, it would actually be the point 0b, because on the y-axis all of the points are going to have an x-coordinate of 0 and then some different value for y. So in this case, this line crosses the y-axis at about 0,3. So in this case, my y-intercept would be the point 0,3, and b would be equal to 3. The other thing that I've got in the equation here is m, and m stands for the slope. So whatever m is, whatever number is multiplied by x, and the m will always be in front of the x, that's going to tell me what the slope of the line is. And if I start at that y-intercept, I can then use that slope to move up and over to other points that fall on that line. So let's take a look at a specific example. Let's graph the equation y equals 1/3 x plus 2. So from what we just talked about, I know that in this equation m is 1/3 and b is 2. So that means that the y-intercept of this equation is the point 0,2. So I'm going to go ahead and mark a point on my graph at 0,2, and that's going to be the starting point for graphing the rest of this line. From there, I'm going to use my slope to graph a couple more points. And I want to remember that slope is rise over run, which means that the numerator of the slope, in this case that's 1, tells me to go up 1 unit for my starting point. The denominator is the run that tells me how far to the left or to the right to go from that starting point. In this case it's 3 and it's positive, so I'm going to go 3 places to the right, and I'm going to mark another point right there at 3, 3. So if I want to, I could do this again. I could start from 3, 3. I could use my slope. I could go up 1 unit, 3 units to the right, and I can mark another point right there at 6, 4. Last thing I can do now is connect these points into a straight line. And notice that they do all line up very nicely with each other, which is good. It's what I want to have happen. I'm going to draw a line that goes all the way across my graphing space, or at least pretty close to that. Put arrows on the end or on both ends of that line to indicate that it really goes on forever in each direction. And now I have a pretty good sketch, at least, of the graph for the equation y equals 1/3 x plus 2. So in our next video, we'll take a look at a related example in which the slope is negative and a whole number. Thanks.